Hey lovelies, I'm Christina Maria and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining, welcome and thank you for chiming in. On my channel, I like to talk about all things that are super girly and super feminine, including fashion, makeup, fragrance, and most importantly, how you can harness your own feminine energy. So for me, I've recently kind of taken this journey where I want to try to become the most feminine version of myself. So if those are some things that you would be interested in hearing and learning more about, go ahead, click that subscribe button and go ahead and turn on that bell notification so that you can be notified for when I upload some of my newest, greatest content. So in today's episode, I want to talk about five things that you can do to start your feminine journey. So go ahead, grab something to drink, a notebook, some pen, some paper, and let's get talking. So step one in this journey is crucial, but it may seem a little bit obvious. Step one is first recognizing that this is a journey that you want to partake in. So while this seems like a no-brainer, undergoing and partaking in this journey to kind of harness your own femininity and feminine energy is very counterculture with what we are learning with society today. Society today teaches us and proclaims loudly that women are just as strong physically, mentally, emotionally, just as strong and even perhaps stronger than men. In fact, we have a quote from President Biden, and I have the quote right here. President Biden said, "I've told my daughters and granddaughters there's not a single thing a man can do that a woman cannot do as well or better. Not a single thing." Here we have the President of the United States. And while, yes, hearing this quote, it sounds empowering, okay, that women are just as capable as a man. When you start this feminine journey, you kind of realize that there is a little misleading information with this proclamation. I believe, okay, this is just my personal opinion, and I believe that if you are tuned in here, that you're kind of wanting to start this feminine journey as well. I believe that when men and women were created, God created us equally, but with different roles. And there's nothing wrong with that. In God's eyes, we're equal. Men and women are totally equal, all right? But we serve different roles. The man is meant to be physically strong, okay? He's the one who's going out hunting, throwing the bear or the buffalo over his back and bringing it home. Physically strong. But I think this is where a major difference between men and women come in. The man is physically strong. The woman is mentally and emotionally strong. Not saying that women are physically weak, okay? I mean, oh my gosh, women, we are able to give life, right? And I don't know a single man who would be willing to do that. I mean, you go through hours upon hours and hours of pain, right? And bringing life into this world. And then your body creates this natural reaction. Your body, as soon as the baby is born, produces pitocin, which is this love hormone. This hormone that makes you immediately bond with your child and essentially forget the hours and hours of pain that you just endured, so that in a couple of years, you're ready to do it again. All right, so I think that's a crucial difference between men and women. Men are meant to be physically strong. Women are meant to be mentally and emotionally strong. And really, it kind of balances each other out. It's essentially this yin and yang mutual partnership. So when you decide to start going on this feminine journey, you have to realize and recognize that a lot of beliefs that are being really pushed in today's society are really against the grain when it comes to femininity and the idea of being a feminine woman. So here we have instances. You can even look on YouTube now. All right, you have videos of men saying that women aren't feminine enough, and women saying, well, where are the masculine men? Our society, our culture, we want this balance of power. All right, you need the masculine to balance out the feminine. You need the strength of the man to make up for the lack of strength in the woman. All right, I am not strong. I've heard guys who can bench press easily 500-600 pounds. Oh my gosh, even on my best day, there is no way in the world that I could do that. So you need the physical strength of a man. And then the man in turn needs the mental and emotional strength of a woman. Women, we are natural supporters, nurturers, carers, and the man is naturally strong. He's naturally the provider, the protector. And so it all kind of balances out. There are people who want to go back to this natural kind of inclination of this masculine and feminine. So that's step one, recognizing that this is a journey that you want to partake in. So step two is to do your research. Yep, do your research. So your research can consist of getting onto YouTube. That's maybe why you're here today. All right, there's a whole community of women on YouTube who are giving great tips and great advice on how to harness your feminine energy. For me, when I made the decision that I wanted to start harnessing and becoming more feminine, I took it all the way back to the very beginning. Yep, the book of Genesis. In the book of Genesis, we have the retelling, the creation of man and woman. So for me, I wanted to start with the creator, the creation. How did God feel? And what was kind of like his thought process when he created Adam and Eve? So book of Genesis, we get the story that God created man, created Adam, and he saw Adam as this perfect being. Right? He looked at Adam with such love and pride in his eyes and in his heart. So he's like, you know what? This guy's special. Right? And so he took Adam, put him in the middle of the Garden of Eden. And he told him, everything in this garden is for you. Okay, beware of this one tree back here, but everything else is for you. All right, I want you to tend to this garden, name the animals. And that's what Adam did. But as Adam is there working and tending to the garden, God notices something. He says, it is not good for man to be alone. So he sees Adam. Adam is literally in paradise, the middle of paradise, the Garden of Eden. And yet he's not happy. He's not satisfied. He has everything that he could want, but he's missing one thing. And God notices it. He says, it is not good for man to be alone. I will find him a suitable partner, a suitable mate. So, he brings forth all of the animals. Nope. And even though as much as we love dogs, I would imagine that there was at least a dog in the Garden of Eden. Even the dog was not a suitable partner, a suitable helpmate for Adam. And so what does God do? He puts Adam to sleep. And then while Adam is asleep, he takes from Adam his rib, and using his godly powers, he creates a woman. Right? He creates this beautiful specimen, and he presents her to Adam, like, Adam, look what I did for you. And immediately, Adam is taken back. He recognizes that, yes, this is a suitable helpmate, a suitable partner for me. So for me, not Adam, what I get from the story of Adam and Eve is that when God created Adam, okay, he made him perfect. He made him in his own image. And then he creates Eve recognizing that it is not good for man to be alone. So if you're a young man, okay, one of my handsome fellas, and you're watching this, keep that in mind, all right? It is not good for man to be alone. Right? So don't kind of fight the grain. All right? It is intended for us, the masculine and the feminine, men and women, male, female, to be together. So as I'm like doing my research, this is kind of the information that I am gathering, that this whole idea, kind of harking back to number one, this whole idea that women are at war with men is not how it was originally intended. We were created to be partners for one another. And so for me, that's where my research began. And I also dived more into like the story of Ruth, the story of Esther, all of these other feminine women. And for me, gathering what I could learn from the Bible, from our Creator, and what His plan, His intentions were for men and women. So for me, as a feminine woman, okay, it is your goal, it is your purpose, okay, to kind of be a helper to your spouse, okay, husband, spouse, not your boyfriend, okay, but your spouse. Yeah, Adam and Eve, they were married. And if you're single, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to kind of start developing your own helper mentality, kind of recognizing that, no, I'm not in competition with my husband. I'm not at war with other men. I am here to be a partner, to be a helper, to be a supporter of whomever it is that God has created for me. So step 3. If you are committed to this process, meaning that you've recognized, hey, this is something that I want to do, okay? You've done your research, and it could be, for me, it was, going to the Bible. As a Christian woman, that's where I headed first, okay? It could be any form of research. It could be the internet, it could be YouTube, but you've done your research. Step 3 is for you to take the time to really kind of journal, reflect, pray, meditate on what kind of feminine woman you want to be. So this process, okay, journaling, this reflection, this prayer, this meditation phase, this can be an extended period of time. Okay, at this point, you are kind of letting go of any past traumas. We have all experienced trauma in our lives. So during this phase, for me, I did some journaling and I did some prayer. Right? I was kind of recognizing what kind of woman I want to be. I don't want to carry into the next phase of my life any past traumas, any hurt that I may have from past relationships. So this is your time to really kind of confront those things. Are you carrying trauma or baggage from past relationships? If you are, you don't want to carry those into your new life. Are you carrying around past childhood traumas? All of those things can have an influence on who you have become and then who you are in the process of trying to become. Like I said, this is a lifestyle change. This step, journaling, reflecting, praying, meditating, is extremely crucial, okay? In order to kind of move forward, you need to let go. Is there someone in your past that you need to forgive? Forgiveness is a huge thing. And forgiveness doesn't necessarily always mean forgetting. Forgiveness is for you, all right? It's this act of essentially letting go of these past hurts, of these past traumas, and acknowledging that you're no longer going to let these offenses control your life. I'm clearing it out so that I can make room for new and more joyful experiences. It's not always forgetting. Another thing that you can do during this process is really start to talk to your loved ones, people that you trust, All right, kind of getting their perspective. A key is to having someone that you can confide in, okay? It could be a family member, it could be a friend, and I know my thing with this is that, hey, this is all things that you can do for free. But if you are in serious need, therapy is always another option. All right. For me, it was praying and journaling. But for some of us, we need that extra help. We need that ear that is not vested in our situation to be kind of like this neutral party to give this advice. This step is all about you, who you are, who do you want to become. So journaling, reflecting, prayer, meditation, and possibly even therapy if need be. So step 3 was all about kind of letting go, noticing and reflecting upon and praying for healing from these past traumas. Step 4 is changing your attitude and starting to practice this attitude of gratitude, as they call it. So with gratitude, okay, now that you've actually kind of cleared out the past, the trauma, the hurt, and that doesn't mean that it's not necessarily, the pain is gone forever. It means that you've kind of cleared it out and you have made space for new experiences and new joys in your life. So now that you've kind of cleared out that space, we want to now start practicing the attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is this beautiful, transformative belief of just being thankful for everything that you have in your life. It's essentially counting your blessings. So being thankful each morning that you have woken up, right? That you have lived to see another day. Being thankful for the house, the car, the clothes that you have. Being thankful for the loved ones. And once you start really kind of acknowledging and counting your blessings and being grateful for those, you're going to start attracting more positive vibes. So practicing this whole attitude of gratitude is really this beautiful step in acknowledging and recognizing everything that you have in your life. And everything that you have in your life is not necessarily by accident. It's there for a purpose. And realizing that, hey, even though, something bad has happened, recognizing that, hey, I can learn something from this. I am thankful for this lesson that I have learned. And even in your past relationships, I have I don't want to say a lot. I do have some past relationships. And I take those and I use them as learning lessons that, okay, these are the good things that I liked about this relationship. And these are perhaps the things that I know in my next relationship I do not want. So I'm grateful for these good things. It didn't work out. That's fine. That's cool. But this is, kind of what I do want to kind of carry over into the next one, positive things. And then yet again, making sure to let go. Okay, this was a lesson learned. I do not want to make that same mistake again. But that mistake had to happen because I had to learn the lesson. And not saying anyone's any mistake. Not going there. So practicing an attitude of gratitude, really just being thankful for everything that you have in your life. And by being more positive, you're going to start attracting more positive things. This is kind of like the law of attraction. And if any of you have ever read the book, The Secret, okay, the whole book is about this whole attitude of gratitude and how your thoughts become actions. If you're thinking positively, you're going to start seeing more positive things happen. And the last step number 5, is to watch your mouth. Yes. So as you become or begin to kind of go on this journey of harnessing your feminine energy, with becoming more feminine, we have to watch our mouth. Our words become actions. So if you are speaking negatively into the world, into your spouse, into your children, into whomever, if you're speaking negative, then you're going to kind of attract negative things into your life. So one of the things when it comes to like watching your mouth is speaking positively. So there is a Bible verse that I love when it comes to kind of remembering to watch the words that come out of my mouth. And it's Proverbs 18:21. And I do have my phone here for reference. It says, Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. So your words, the words that you speak, can either bring life to others, they can be nurturing, they can be caring, they can be supportive, or they can bring about death. And whichever one that you love, those are kind of the fruit that you're going to sow, the fruit that you're going to reap. So being very mindful of the words that you say. For me, and I'm still trying to overcome this, being aware of curse words. Ugh. Yeah. All right. So as a feminine woman, we don't immediately go to the curse words or the swear words. Those are idle words of an idle mind. Being slow to anger, using a softer tone, speaking a little slower, and kind of maybe even lowering your voice, your tone, your words, your inflection. All of those are when you think of watching your mouth. Feminine women don't speak quickly, oh my gosh, blah, 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 or in this very, strong, raspy voice. It's very soft, right? And just really kind of being like honey. And that's actually another verse in the Bible. Kind words are like honey. They're honey that pours from the mouth. So as a quick recap, number 1, recognizing that this is a journey that you want to partake. Step 2, doing your research. Number 3, journaling, reflecting, prayer, meditating, or seeking therapy. Number 4, once you have let go of those past traumas, you have that space in your heart, in your mind, to start practicing the attitude of gratitude, being receptive to all of the good things that are here in your life. Number 5 is to watch your mouth. So there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what steps you plan on taking to start your own feminine journey. You can go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can be notified for when I upload some new content. So with that, my dears, until next time, bye.